golem guy.
Yeah, the Warlock.
The Warlock. Yeah.
Phew. So, we can also see Night Stalker being banned out there. I don't know if both of these teams prioritize getting the IO. I mean, I think that I saw Goliath in Alpha Gaming, the previous Mogul Mayhem matches, and also other online tournaments we saw. They don't get the IO, but there's the Night Stalker, like we mentioned.
Yeah.
It's banned out by Goliath. Alpha Gaming can consider banning out Sand King, the Shrek, or Skywrath Mage, or even the Bane.
Yeah.
And they will go for the Void.
Speaking of the Shrek, if I'm not mistaken, that hero got nerfed. The range on the Lightning Bolt?
Lightning Storm, yes, it has been decreased, but you know, they might have nerfed it in the long run.
But still, it's a very powerful hero.
It is a very powerful hero. I mean, you cannot take away the damage output that he does have in the lanes, and because of the teams prioritizing the 2-1-2 setup.
Yeah, you don't want the damage from the Earth Split, the Lightning Storm,
surely,
and even the Diabolic Edict.
The
duo lineup. Meanwhile, on the third ban for Alpha Gaming, it will be the Faceless Void.
Faceless Void. This is probably Alpha Gaming identifying one of the favored matchups for Goliath. And there's the Tinker as well, first ban in the first phase. Wow, that is quite interesting. Yeah, there's the Sand King, picked up by Alpha Gaming. For Goliath, I think they can snatch up the Bane or the Shrek this time. And the Skywrath Mage is still also there. Naga Siren is also one of the favored heroes picks for most Filipino teams.
Even though it got nerfed. Again, these heroes, Valve Valve is nerfing heroes that are still in the meta right now, but still these heroes are providing good team fights.
They still do.
Yeah.
So that's
this is an interesting Tinker ban. What are they setting up for?
Maybe a Phantom Lancer somewhere out there, maybe the second pick. But because of the Sand King, that could dissuade them from getting such.
Or maybe a CK or a Terrorblade.
Yeah, probably something of that sort.
An illusion hero. Yep. Let's see.
Or maybe a pushing lineup coming out from Goliath as well, because the Tinker kind of stops that kind of composition.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so Sand King will be the first pick for Alpha Gaming. It's a very safe pick. It can be an off lane, it can be a support, or even in the mid lane, in the pub games, dude. I am now seeing Sand King mid lane.
It's actually surprising that they're taking so much time for this first set of picks for Goliath. So, they might have a lot of strategies out there. They're taking their time. There's the Wind Ranger, picked up by Goliath.
Okay, very safe.
Very safe pick indeed.
The newest meta hero in the pro scene right now because of the early damage it can provide with the power shot.
I think
plus the dodge on the wind run.
If Goliath doesn't pick the Leshrac this time, I think Alpha Gaming will gladly snatch it up, because that is gonna make up for a potent combination. Because again, we mentioned this in the previous match, I mean. Leshrac and the Sand King combination is just way too much. The stuns, they kind of line up properly. If you stun with the Borrow Strike, if you hit it, there's the follow for Split Earth. Their cooldowns kind of mix perfectly well.
But Jakiro, on the other hand, for Team Goliath, Jakiro is indeed one of the best duo lane heroes in the game right now. Alpha Gaming still taking their time countering this. There you go. Leshrac pick. Sand King, Leshrac. Best duo combo in the game right now, guys.
Yep.
For those pub gamers out there, unlimited amount of stuns, unlimited amount of burst damage. The Sandstorm can also provide a little bit of damage. The Diabolic Edict plus the harassment from the Lightning Storm is indeed a good laning skill.
So much zoning out potential that can come out from that hero. Just the Doom pick and the Peel as well, banned by Goliath. Yeah. So this could set up for an undying pick by Goliath or something like Templar Assassin perhaps, but it doesn't really. Yeah.
Spectre, maybe.
A Drow. Okay, so of course the Drow Wind Ranger has been pretty potent.
Yeah.
Not only in this tournament but also in the open qualifiers of the international. It's one of the pocket strategies out there that
Those
can
are
come out.
those are Power Rangers, man.
Yeah, the Power
Draw
Ranger.
Ranger and
The Drow.
Wild Ranger.
Yeah, correct.
So yeah, they're just they don't want to deal with that
Oh,
combo.
Nature's Prophet.
Oh man, what are they setting up for
I think-
Goliath? Don't
You,
They don't want these
you don't want to have that additional combination that can set up the Barrow Strike or Leshrac stun though. Just like last game we saw
Yeah.
how the Nature's Prophet synced perfectly well with the Split Earth. They just sprout and it's an easy follow up with Split Earth, and you can also pair it up with something like a Barrow Strike. And Goliath might even set up for something like a Life Stealer this time, knowing that they banned out this Nature's Prophet that can kite
The
that Life Stealer. So how much you hold him down. Also PL is an illusion based hero, so that's the Life Stealer having trouble with multiple
illusions,
targets.
yeah. Or maybe they're going to pick an intelligent mid skill type hero because of the PL ban. But let's see. They're really taking their time thinking about this. Reserve time is now up on the 25-second mark.
Whew, so I can even consider something like maybe an Invoker for Goliath. 'Cause
Yeah,
there's a lot of
Invoker
setup.
is the best pick and best counter go for the Sand King and for the Leshrac because of the tornado. But oh, okay, there's the clockwork.
Clockwork also could be a setup for something like a Shadow Fiend for
Yeah.
Goliath. But it does have a good answer to something like a Shrek or a Sand King, because you do have the Battery Assault to stop the Sand King or the Shrek. Also, you can have the potential of the Blade Mail.
Yeah.
There's a lot of uncontrollable damage coming out from Alpha Gaming. That the Blade Mail could really be one of the better itemizations versus Alpha Gaming.
Plus, the clockwork is one of the best bully heroes in lane. Also, in combo with the Ice Pat or maybe the Shackle Shot, they can dish out a lot of damage.
There's the main.
But okay, Alpha Gaming,
Yeah.
again, those nerfed. These heroes are nerfed. Yeah.
They aren't really nerfed. I mean,
There's a change on Bane, but still.
yeah, you could consider that they're quite nerfed, but
Yeah.
the idea of the hero is still there. Good, one of
Good
the
stun,
best to 1-2 support duos out there. I mean, Sand King as well as the Bane, best in 2-1-2 situations, and whenever they are available in draft, it's really too good to
let them off. Yeah.
off. But problem is, I don't like the Bane versus the Clockwork, because
Yeah, me too.
Clockwork can easily deal with it. There's the Lina.
Okay, I like this. As we mentioned earlier, a mid-type carry intelligent hero. And Lina doesn't want to deal with Nature's Prophet, trends, with the illusions of the PL. So it's now a pick-up composition for Team Goliath. Once this Lina gets onto that level 6 with the Laguna Blade, anyone with anyone in his team can join forces with her and pick off a hero.
There's a lot of, as you mentioned, pick-off potential that can come out from Goliath. Alpha Gaming, how can they answer the Lina this time? Well, they still have the luxury of something like a Juggernaut to push up the tempo. They'll go for the DK this time. Very standard lane matchup versus the Lina. It's a good objective taker in combination with Leshrac
And the Sand King.
and the Sand
Again,
King.
it's the DK Leshrac Sand King pick.
They just have so much stuns to I mean, they have
Yeah.
four
Four
disables already.
But the Lina is a Dragon Slayer.
Whew. Oh, wait.
No,
Yeah.
Lina inverse, man.
Is it? Yeah, she's
the Dragon Slayer.
Yeah, I think so too.
Let's see. I kind of don't like the.
Morphling. Ooh, could potentially be something like a
Okay, is this
carry gyrocopter.
Is this a Juggernaut or Gyrocopter for
I
Goliath?
I think for Goliath, Juggernaut is not an option since there is the presence of the Dragon Knight.
Dragon Knight, yeah.
Probably for Alpha Gaming, Juggernaut is pretty good. Does well with the Lina versus the Lina, I mean.
Yeah, and provides them more physical damage.
Also, I think the Juggernaut is a great lane matchup versus the Wind Ranger if the Wind Ranger is the offlaner, and even through the cogs, and, through the battery assault,
Battery Assault,
easily deal well with it.
Easy
so.
Blade Fury out.
I'm not gonna
Okay.
be surprised if this is a Juggernaut or a Lifestealer pick by Alpha Gaming.
But I like the Monkey King ban for Alpha Gaming. Yeah, that's what's lacking for Team Goliath. That AOE displacement skill.
10 seconds remaining.
Maybe setups.
Phew.
5
Underlord
seconds
maybe
remaining.
for Team Goliath to kind of counter the
Oh,
DK.
I like the DP even better.
Oh man, yeah.
This
Lots of pushing potential for Alpha Gaming.
oh wait, no, actually, I don't. Okay, there's just a little bit scary thought about Alpha Gaming getting the Death Prophet. I mentioned this before. Uncontrollable damage, also Exorcism is one of those one of the candidates for that. So the Blade Mail for pickup for the Clockwork will be godlike versus Alpha Gaming.
Yeah.
Before the use, of course, of the Alpha of
Well,
Death
let's
Prophet.
see. Let's see. That's very situational for Team Goliath.
There's
Okay,
the
there
Lifestealer,
you
like
have
I
it.
mentioned.
Yeah,
You may now select
Yeah, I
Lifestealer.
think this is already. I mean, from the third ban and the fourth ban, we already foresaw or
the Lifestealer.
the Lifestealer, and I think that because they pick up the Death Prophet this time, kind of gave them a little bit of a license for this Lifestealer. Also, Lifestealer is great versus the Leshrac and the Sand King combination, and I think that for Goliath, they also, because in the previous match we saw Witch Doctor plus Lifestealer. It didn't work versus the Sand King Leshrac because the Witch Doctor is far too squishy.
Yeah.
But because of the Jakiro, or either the Jakiro or the Clockwork, that merits them a good laning stage because these two are quite tankier,
Yeah.
way tankier versus the Witch Doctor.
Plus, the initiation coming out from Jakiro and Clockwork are better rather than the Witch Doctor.
In the start.
Yeah, and the Slider. But let's see. I'm kind of looking at Alpha Gaming's lineup to be the better one due to the fact that they can push out the lanes very easily. So if there's going to be a team fight and Team Goliath unfortunately gets wiped out, Alpha Gaming can end the game very quickly. But let's see. It's the situational pick-up composition against the pushing type composition once again.
For Goliath, I think that they have a decent D push though.
Yeah.
They have the Macro Pyre, they have
The
Rocket
Lina
Flare,
Inverse,
they have Dragon Slave, they have Ice Path, they have Power Shot even.
the Focus Fire even can take down towers.
Yeah,
Let's see.
so yeah, I think for Goliath, they aren't really scared about the death ball that can come out from Alpha Gaming. But again, it's gonna
Okay,
depend on
let's go.
execution.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Welcome to the Mogul Mayhem Dota 2. Let us first introduce our players direct. Please do press that F5 button. As we can see, Super Zone as the DKH God with the Leshrac. Paramount will be using the Death Prophet. MAD, or the Mad One, as the Bane. And Kakaroto as the Sand King.
On the other side, you have Zuko on the Wind Ranger. You have Peels on the Lina. You have Mr. I on the
Mr.
Lifestealer.
L, man.
Mr. L, I'm sorry about that. HPL on the Clockwork, and John on the Jakiro.
Basic name. This is a basic name, Mr. John Jakiro. This is the first game of the second series, ladies and gentlemen. Please do share our stream and please do support us because we love you guys. And welcome to the Philippines. And this is something new because we're speaking in English, not the usual Tagalog language. So thank you so much for tuning in as we are now having a pause for the second game.
Some
Give us your
technical
thoughts
problems,
into the chat maybe, as we can read those, your comments.
This is again both Filipino teams,
Yeah.
Alpha Gaming and Goliath.
If I'm not mistaken, Alpha Gaming is a Visayas team
From
Visayas, right?
Wow, that was amazing.
Yeah, for those people who doesn't know, Visayas is one of the
Islands in the Philippines.
yeah, highlands. Yeah, the rural places, not urban. For the
Really?
Philippines. I don't know.
I won't classify Visayas as a
A
rural or
yeah.
urban because it's
It's high tech now there.
It's more than urban, to be honest.
Yeah.
As compared to Luzon.
Yeah.
It's just think.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, now, yeah, you're right.
It's one of the provinces in the Philippines,
One
with a
of the best
separate island.
provinces, yeah.
You're gonna have to take a plane to get there, or through
Or swim.
swim,
If you're a
or
good swimmer,
if you're a good swimmer, why not?
why not swim for 7 days and
Yeah.
maybe you'll get
But it is.
you'll get there.
Yeah.
Okay, as
this
you
is-
can see, two heroes here in the top lane, Jakiro and Lifestealer. Okay, here's going John spotting out two heroes, Mad and God. Is going to be the sleep. Sleep tight, come on baby, sleep tight. Nice stun.
Man, that
Or
was quite
H-God.
unfortunate. But they're still quite healthy this time. The Clockwork
early
actually
game
being
set.
blocked by the Lifestealer is himself, but here comes the Battery Assault, controlling Mad. Nice Barrow
Barrow
Strike
Strike.
onto 2, and the Leshrac stun to follow. And I think the Bane will be pretty safe right now.
Yeah, the Mr. Kakarot shielding Mr. Mad on those battery assaults, but the fight still goes on.
My goodness.
Another stun and another one. First blood, H-God gets that early kill, the early skirmish in the game.
I don't know why the Lifestealer kept on stealing the sleep from, getting the sleep away from the Jakiro.
Yeah, no discipline indeed.
Because the idea is for the Jakiro to get away from the stun that could come out to follow, but of course, it still hits. The Jakiro isn't... I think there's a disconnect in terms of communication, that after getting the sleep, you have to run away as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
But they end up getting stunned, both of them anyways.
Yep. And again, Sand King and the Shrek proving to be the top tier duo in this new meta in
That's
Dota.
true.
Ladies and gentlemen, 3-1-1 will be the setup for Team Goliath.
Yeah.
And again, Clockwork with the flank. But man, they don't have enough
This is a-
damage to get this.
An interesting tri-lane for Goliath this time. This leaves Zuko as the Wind Ranger down bottom to go up against Bane.
Yeah.
Not the best case scenario as well. And for anyone, I believe.
And as a Wind Ranger player, that the off lane is really hard for her right now, especially that third skill onto the DK will give him enough armor to tank up those power shots. To regen those damages from the power shots.
Dragon Blood does have a lot of regen in you. Another 2-man Barrow Strike coming out from Kakarot this time. It's being locked up by the Cogs, the Battery Assault as well, but they don't have any follow-up this time. Only
The pokes.
the pokes coming out from
The
the Dragon
pokes.
Breath. But the dual breath, the big problem I have with dual breath, especially when it hits onto
To a
creeps
hero.
as well,
Creeps, yeah.
it pushes the lane farther away from you. That's why this lane is far. The lane equilibrium right now is going to be in the favor of Alpha Gaming
Yep.
for
correct.
quite a long time because of how the lanes
dual-
can push up. The dual breath messes up with the lane equilibrium.
Right, man. If you're an off-laner, guys, for those pub gamers in Dota, if you're an off-laner or any lane, whenever the creep side is at your tower, you're having the upper hand on getting those experiences.
Truly.
And as the Sand King, you don't need items. You just need that Blink Dagger. That's it. In your K, you're good to go. When you hit level 6, especially when you hit level 6.
Oh, what a
sleep.
micro there
Yeah.
by Bane, just to stop the power shot, and he also dodges it perfectly well. Oh my
Zuko.
goodness.
And man,
Zuko is gonna have a
he's having
bad
a hard
time.
time, yeah. Farming up. And the DK is denying the mages. Oh man, never give up, Mr. DK. Meanwhile, as we can see in the mid lane, two ladies are fighting for that tower, and now the top lane,
Yeah.
the dragon has been slain.
It's gonna be very hard to kill the Lifestealer because of the rage, but the other members, the supporting cast, you can easily kill off. That's a strike of the Shrek and the Sand King. There's just no way for you to stay in that lane. This Leshrac and this Sand King is gonna have the best time in the world. Just stay up here. Up
And
top.
I just noticed the H God is the one farming.
Yeah.
Here in the top lane, the
So
Shrek.
the Shrek is the core as compared to
core.
Sand King, which I like as well. Gives them a lot more pushing potential that can coincide with the Death Prophet as well as this Dragonite. Imagine when the Diabolic Edict is already up for the Leshrac, it's gonna be hard push from their side.
And there's no counter coming out from Team Goliath. But there's going to be a switch lane here for Team Goliath. Oh no.
Oh man, this is even harder for the Wind Ranger. I mean,
Yeah.
with the magic damage, you can dodge it with the
Wind Run. Right. They can even bait that Wind Run. Well, whenever the Wind Ranger pops the Wind Run first, can easily get that Burst Strike. Plus, the Wind Ranger needs to max her power shot first, rather than the Wind Run.
Yeah.
So that's just maybe a level 2 or level 1 Wind Run, around 3 seconds or 2 seconds. It's going to be a hard, again, for this Wind Ranger. Meanwhile, Piols is getting ready to carry his team into the mid game. There's going to be the first bounty fight here into the jungle side secret shop of Alpha Gaming. Oh my G.
And you know already,
HPL tried his best.
you know already that it's not gonna work in favor of the Clockwork. I mean, no way.
It's not gonna work, Clockwork.
Yeah, it is not gonna work, Clockwork, as you mentioned. And fortunately for the main, he will get this Invis rune, maybe transition into the mid or top, but oh no, this is one of the favorite matches though. Unfortunately, he will be safe because of the sandstorm. He gets out. For the Clockwork, he needs to single out members of Alpha Gaming, but
Well,
if there's a duo like the Shrek and the Sand King, it's gonna be impossible to even pressure them.
for sure. And now, Alpha Gaming, or maybe Goliath, needs to move around. The Clockwork needs to move around. Mad, I mean to help out the Lina inverse. But as we say this, speaking of the Lina, here comes the TP from the Jakiro. Grip Swarm plus the Spirit Siphon will finish up the life of the Lina inverse. Fiols will fall down in the hands of Mr. KC.
Perfect
3-0 is
yeah.
the score.
Perfect initiation from the members of Alpha Gaming relating this rune. Set up. Oh, Goliath actually.
That's an off-cam kill.
Yeah,
Top lane.
that is outplay from the Wind Ranger for sure.
Solo kill from the Wind Ranger.
Much needed for Goliath, to be honest.
Yeah.
Especially if this Wind Ranger needs the levels, he needs the extra farm he can get. This is the offlaner. He's the richest one from the Goliath squad, but they're still trailing by a lot. 3,000 net worth lead in, at this rate, it's a lot.
Speaking of moving in, Lina tipping into the bottom lane to get a kill. The Dragon Slayer slays a dragon. 3-2 is now our score. Meanwhile, here in the bottom lane, as we can see into the mini-map, direct. Oh no! Is there a clash? Yes, there is. The Lifestealer goes down, but meanwhile, Mad is here to stay. 2-4-1 trade in favor of Team Goliath.
Now, of course, Paramount will, knowing that there are a lot of rotations either down bottom, he does have free damage on the tower with the Exorcism. There's a TP from the Lifestealer, but
what can he do?
this is not it's a little bit easy
That was-
defense.
yeah.
Up top, they will go on the Wind Ranger, but the Wind Ranger
man.
tries to fight this one. The arrows will be enough, perfectly calculated by Zuko.
Fade away arrows from Zuko.
Correct.
Nice usage with that focus fire, man. And again, we spoke too early, man. The Wind Ranger is outplaying Leshrac and Sand King in the top lane.
I was really surprised. They probably didn't expect that the Wind Ranger can play that good. No, they were punished because of their transgressions. I think they were just trying to push away the Wind Ranger so that he can defend the tower. Unfortunately, that would not be the case. Matt gets an Arcane Rune for himself. There is the Clockwork as well in here. Ice Path will miss. The Will Breath will be there for the Bane, but that will be enough for Goliath Gaming as well as Alpha.
Okay, no casualties whatsoever here into the jungle riverside. And again, 8 minutes in, H-God still staying very consistent in farming. Also, Mr. Super Zone here in the bottom lane. And now Team Goliath, as you can see, are making plays.
Yeah.
Every minute that that Laguna Blade is up, they need to make pickoffs as much as possible.
So Leshrac will actually not go for Maledict in level 6. We'll go for the Pulse Nova this time. We'll just have the pushing potential is there because he can clear out the wave, which ushers the wave to get to the towers. Fortunately for himself, he will go for the drums. So this will allow, this will allow a timing for Alpha Gaming. When the drums is up for when the drum of theirs is up for the Leshrac, and then you have the Dragon Knight it was also fight ready, and you have the Death Prophet as well. You have a very strong pushing potential.
Yeah. They can take rumbles.
They can take towers pretty quickly with that.
Yeah, for sure. That's right. Good analysis, Mr. Wolf. H-God blocking out the creeps right here in the top lane. As we can see, there's going to be an initiation to the Barrow Strike, plus another stun, plus that Lightning Storm will finish off that Wind Ranger, but there's going to be a counter go retaliation here. For Lifestealer gets that Scorpion. Kakaroto falling in the hands of L, Mr. L.
I think they're quite anime fans. Kakarot and
L.
Zuko. I don't know if
Zuko, one of the fake animes.
fake animes. How dare you? I think that because it was, I don't know if you can categorize Avatar Legend of Aang as
Fake anime.
fake anime.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just say that it was Manjin who said that. I didn't say it at all. I'm not gonna agree with him whatsoever. He said it, guys, not me.
Yeah.
Alright?
I said it.
Not me.
Fake
Not me.
anime.
Not
Yeah.
me. Anyways, 10 minutes in with 4,000 net worth lead, Alpha Gaming sits comfortably up top with a better weaponry right now, better farm as compared to the Goliath. And here comes the push of
Okay.
Alpha Gaming. The Fate's Grip without any
Give me that
introduction.
Finn's grip. Put that woo on the Lifestealer. 6-5. Nice pick off for Team Alpha Gaming.
No intro, just straight up Fate's Grip.
Yeah.
And Goliath will lose the tower because of that.
Ric
And further
Flair's
gives the
grip.
lead to Alpha Gaming.
Ric Flair's grip. Go. Woo! 4K gold lead. I'm just kidding, ladies and gentlemen. Alpha Gaming now pressuring up the top lane. We'll try to go for the push. Here we go. Exorcism calls out the ghost.
They have the Siege Creep on their side. They have Exorcism. And they have so much firepower up top that will be fed enough though by the rotation of this Lifestealer, who is at, I believe, level 5 as of this moment.
Yeah.
With only 2,800, this is more than bad for this
Nice
Lifestealer.
sleep coming out from the
Oh, what a nice back.
from the Bane. And again,
But
no push. No pushes coming out from Team Alpha Gaming,
well,
dude.
they will continue this up to mid lane. It's kind of wasted the usage of the Exorcism, but they did force out the rotation from Goliath Gaming.
Yeah.
Look at this. This Lifestealer just getting to level 6 this time, 2.9k. With make that 3k. That is more than bad. I mean, even the support is quite near him as far as net worth goes.
Oh
Nice
my
Wind Ranger.
G, nice shackle shot from the Wind Ranger. That was sweet. And finishes off that Leshrac with the focus fire.
Nice
And,
warding as well from Goliath to, get facilitate for that specific kill. Fortunately for this Lifestealer, this Death Prophet doesn't have the silence just yet. He will go for the talent level 10.
So it's an even ball game.
It's
Yeah.
not. I don't think so.
I mean, in terms of kills,
Yeah.
actually Lina is having the time of his life. PR. Even though they're not getting pushes, I mean towers, still she's evening up to the farm. I mean, maybe.
Still far, I believe, because she's quite even with the Leshrac, but as far as the Death Prophet is concerned, and this DK, that the farm coming out from the Lina is it's way too measly for them.
Yeah, you're right, man. And 2 smokes.
Shadow Blade, I really like this one. Because the drums will come out of the Leshrac. He doesn't need that anymore. He will go for the Shadow Blade for easier initiations. Go to the backlines and even surprise Goliath on the tracks. Unfortunately, I think that their movements are quite read by the Lina, but not by the Clockwork, I think.
Yeah, he knows this. He knows this, man. Okay, there's going to be a mid-up here into the bottom side jungle, as we can see. Oh my G, here comes a macro fire, but the DK goes to sleep. Pops his first kill but goes down and burns. Meanwhile, call out the ghost. Here comes the exorcism for Mr. Paramount. And it will drain out the life from the life stealer.
what a
Nice
shackle.
shackle shot from the Wind Ranger. The Green Ranger is now doing it.
But the hook shot
But
will
still,
miss.
man, no
And
damage.
HBL is quite low. Double kill for Paramount with Death Prophet. Now they're chasing out the Zuko. They will not chase any further though.
Okay, that's a 3-4-3.
3-4-3, I think it's gonna
Equation.
favor Goliath.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, because of the farm that they did get a lot of gold out of that. And of course,
That was the DK,
I think it was the Ice
the
Path that
Leshrac, yeah.
Ice Path as on top of the fact that they had the high ground advantage over the members of Alpha Gaming that allowed Goliath to get a lot of initiation off. Like the Ice Path connecting on the fleet, probably the Macro Pyre was also placed properly well by Goliath. They were able to weather the storm. The DK was,
Not K.
yeah, not okay.
Not okay. And nice. Clockwork spots out everyone. Boxes out everyone for the setup. And there you have it, guys. 5k gold lead for Alpha Gaming. And still, Goliath is indeed in this ball game. Okay, the BKB is one primary item for the Wind Ranger to position herself to get kills. Plus that Aghanim Scepter. Most of the
Aghanim Scepter.
damage coming out from Goliath are coming out from her because of her shackle shots. Those were indeed clutch
Yeah.
shackle shots for her.
Yeah, like-
Two-man shackle shots.
so far, I think the player who's playing the best Dota in for Goliath has been that
Zuko.
that Wind Ranger. That was weird. Did he
Radiant are
actually
scanning.
TP the shrine?
Yeah,
It was
he did.
weird.
He did. I think he's going to mid.
Is so the clockwork is there to probably place a ward or maybe spot out some smokes. Level 7 as of this moment, he will spot out the Leshrac, but will not get anything out of it. So
Ooh.
Alpha Gaming actually, they're inflating their lead
Yeah.
faster. 6,000 right now with 16 minutes because of the towers that they are getting.
Oh.
Which translates, of course, to better map control. And better map control translates into more farm.
Yeah, and more resources.
Regeneration.
Resources.
Less resources for
Oh,
your
they
enemy.
there you go. Glad you mentioned-
Nice. Yeah, that was the plan for
That was the
Clockwork.
plan. Exactly.
Spot out the smoke.
Spot the smoke. It's a counter smoke for Goliath. Maybe they're eyeing the top. No, they will not go there. It's actually Kakarot just trying to cut the creep waves. And Mr. L
But-
actually pops the rage.
But
because
as
of
we
that.
can see in the mini map, here we go. Goliath setting up David
Oh
Paramount.
no.
Oh no, nice lead from the Bane, but there's the Laguna and the power shot to finish out. One hero buyback for the Death Prophet. And is this the retaliation that
Oh,
Alpha
what a
Gaming
shot.
wants? Nice power strike coming up from Mr. Kakarot, and the DK follow-up also burst that hero. 3 heroes falling down for Team Goliath. That was not the team fight for Team Goliath.
Was it? For sure, they're prepared. They were able to burst out the Death Prophet, which is quite good for their team. But because of the better positions from Alpha Gaming, it wasn't enough. The Barrow Strike was great, coming out from the Sand King, and then Fleet Scream to follow it up as well. As far as disables go, as far as AoE disables go, Alpha Gaming did a better job as compared to Goliath. And they're even pushing the towers. Because of the buyback coming out from the Death Prophet, it might have been up to waste as far as the buyback is concerned. But
Yeah.
because of the fact that they are pushing towers with it, it's far better. Now,
The DK
oh, this
stalking
is...
his spray. Piols.
Oh, man.
Okay, she uses the funk to get out. But man,
No dust whatsoever from the DK. That's why he didn't initiate onto the Lina.
Yeah.
And the members of the other supporting casts of Alpha Gaming were far away from the Dragonet as well. So DK said maybe it's not worth it to even show this onto
this
the
Shadow
Lina.
Blade, yeah.
So,
It's K. But again, tower casualties. Towers are falling
Radiant's bottom
for
tower is under
Team
attack.
Goliath, ladies and gentlemen. Alpha Gaming really controlling this game. Meanwhile, as we can see, no Blink Dagger for Zuko. So she can't even position herself for more good
Radiant's
channel
bottom
shots.
tower is under attack.
Phew. Maybe because of the fact that they have the clockwork maybe
Radiant's
to
bottom
initiate
tower
Yeah,
has
stuff.
the ice path.
Probably
okay.
that's why. But I think the Maelstrom is also decent this game. It's quite a requirement for the Wind Ranger to get because she needs to dish out the damage to the focus fire,
Yeah.
but also she needs to kind of push away the creep wave with Power Shot and the Maelstrom. Great tools to push out the lanes from Alpha Gaming so that at least the other lanes are pushed against Alpha Gaming. And whenever Alpha Gaming tries to
Dire's top
snowball
tower
with the
is
push,
under
at least,
attack.
you know, it's a little bit of buffer for Goliath.
Yep.
Whenever
For
they
sure,
want it.
but oh no, as we can see, the right side of your screen, guys, BKB is now online for the DK. So we can dodge the Clockwork Battery Assaults and the Jakiro control and can easily kite out the Life Stealer or even the Lina Inverse.
At this rate, the Lina, at this early stage,
Are scanning.
Dragonite with the Black King Bar is quite the force to be reckoned with versus this Lina.
Yeah.
I believe.
The Mighty Dragon.
Fortunately
is
for the
indeed
Lina,
mighty.
did catch up as far as farm goes, but this Life Stealer, man, has been the casualty for Goliath. Just look at the net worth of this guy.
Yeah, bottom of the food chain.
On the food chain, man. I'm really surprised that there isn't any consideration for Crimson Guard or anything of that regard for Goliath. They went for Hood of Defiance, maybe because of the
The magic
damage from Alpha Gaming.
But man, he has the rage.
Does.
So
No, I mean the Wind Ranger.
the wind. Sorry.
Here's the Solar Crest now, up for the Death Prophet. Oh, man, this is really hard for Goliath. Also, this allows Alpha Gaming to freely take the Roshan, which what they're doing right now.
Yep.
So
Oh, man.
20 minutes for the first Roshan. That means that the second Roshan will go for 30 minutes. 40 minutes in, we'll get the third Roshan, which allows this Death Prophet to have 2 ultimates. Up, Pressure Shard. As much as possible, if you're drafting the
Death Prophet.
the Death Prophet, you want to get the Roshan as far as you know, as easy
As you can.
as you can.
Yeah. For those
Oh no.
for those 2 exorcisms, but here we go, a counter play, every center! Here
And
comes the
BKB.
Earthquake plus the 3K Dragon up! American Dragon Jake Long uses that BKB, fresh 10 seconds, baby! Nice stun coming from the Leshrac, and now Leshrac pops that Diabolic Edict plus the poison, plus the
Oh,
Nova!
nice use.
Nice rage from the Life Stealer, but it won't save him from the peril. Laguna Blade for Pios. And man, lots of Jeopardy for the side of Alpha Gaming. That was a risky play from the DK.
This is actually a questionable play overall from Alpha Gaming. Yes, they were able to get the Roshan for sure, right? They got it. But because of this loss, they gave away 2,000 gold to Goliath Gaming. There was a buyback from the Clockwork, but that's just a Clockwork. This is a supporting cast for Goliath, which means that isn't a casualty at all. And now the Lina is the richest man alive. You know, why that was questionable for me is because the Exorcism wasn't up for the Death Prophet. Normally, if you draft the Death Prophet, you go and take the Roshan and commit the Exorcism with it and then just back down. Don't try to take fights because, again, you don't have a big ultimate in you. You just have to wait a minute afterwards or a minute and a half.
Yeah.
And then you can still fight with the Exorcism. That's the discipline that you should have if you're drafting the Exorcism, and Alpha Gaming did otherwise. So this is bad.
His allies are too far away
Exactly.
from the top lane. And that was a 10-second BKB usage, so that means
And
it's now
he will
9
be gone.
seconds. Oh my J, the dragon! But there's going to be the dust and the focus fires. Plus the fireballs from the Lina
Oh,
will
they
take
will
the
still
dragon
try to
down.
fight this one. They
Oh,
do
nice
have
shackle
the
shot.
edges. Shackle shot with a defensive sleep right there, but there's the Aspen to set it up. Sand King with the Barrow Strike onto just the one. There's the Macro Bar being set up as well. The LSA will actually miss, but they catch up the Sand King. The Sand King is down for the count. Another shackle shot. Round number 2, that is the Death Prophet down for the count. They're chasing now the Leshrac. Do they have enough? I think that they will have
They can.
The BKB. Iceman will miss, unfortunately, for Goliath. And that is a 3-man takedown of Alpha Gaming.
Yeah, man.
And now the Tides have turned.
Team Goliath. What's gonna work, dude? Teamwork is gonna work. committing a lot of skills for the DK. The DK is the only problem for Team Goliath. Without the exorcism, without the dragon form, they have a lot of damage potential because of the Lina
What a swing.
and the Wind Ranger.
That is 8,000 net worth swing as far as XP goes, and 7,500 as far as gold goes.
They are now back in the ball game.
They are more than back in the game, my man. That was a 4v5 actually. 4v4 maybe there, because the Dragon Knight was also down. But they did not lose
anyone.
I mean, they did not lose anyone. They had the Lifestealer farming all the while that's happening. Still a ways to go, by the way.
And that's a wasted BKB for
the
DK. Every time you use that BKB, the more you get, the more easier you can be killed.
They spotted the Lifestealer, but the Lifestealer is already out of there. Good heads up right there by the Lifestealer himself.
Those are the spider senses.
Spider senses, like I mentioned, because there is no one showing the map, and it can only mean one thing. They're smoking.
Okay, here we go. Now Lina with the BKB of her own is here.
They did commit the exorcism once again onto the mid.
Is this the first exo?
In a while, yes. I think for the Roshan will be up like 3 minutes and another 3 minutes, so probably around the 30-minute mark. Again, what Alpha Gaming also needs to do, they committed the exorcism as well as the other dragon form to push out the tier 2 tower. And I really do hope the Alpha Gaming kind of felt their mistakes and will not go and fight once more without the exorcism.
Lots of miscoms, man, for the DK and the Nature's Prophet. If you, as you mentioned earlier, if you want this kind of composition, this kind of lineup in your team, you need to group up. 4 heroes need to group up. It's either the DK or it's either you group up with the DK or it's either you group up with the Death Prophet. Speaking of the Death Prophet, latches her into the tree. This Wind Ranger though is really proving herself.
Oh my god, double kill for HBL.
That archer, yeah.
They want more. They kind of wasted an earn charge right there. Sage God will port back to the mid.
Oh, man.
The top lane will be fended off by the Lifestealer. John is in here around the tree line.
Man,
push
Alpha
out the
Gaming.
1 tower mid.
Alpha Gaming is making lots of mistakes. You should have grouped up with the Death Prophet earlier, especially if you have the poison, the Supernova and the Diabolic's Edict.
Pulse Nova, you're correct.
Sorry, Pulse Nova, right?
Try to push the tier 2. It's very low right now. Nice sleep right there from the Bane. There's the follow-up with the stun coming from the shock. They dealing the damage on the Lina. Lina just pops the BKB and gets away. Now the Jakiro will be the casual team for Goliath. They take out the one. Can they get more? There's the dust pop.
Nice Cogs.
Nice Cogs as mentioned. No more further follow-up from Alpha Gaming. So Goliath will just trade off the Jakiro in exchange for a tower damage down mid and a tier 1 as well. So
in exchange for space. For the Lifestealer to get form, to get gold. And now Team Goliath is maybe setting up for a Roshan fight. That will be the next big objective for the game. Now no dragon. Exorcism is up. What will be the plan for Alpha Gaming?
Oh man, this Lincoln Spear is gonna be big for the Lina.
Yeah.
Allows her to be much more,
I
would say, courageous.
Slippery, yeah.
Onto taking towers for sure.
Yeah. The BKB plus the Lincoln. She doesn't want those crowd control skills to land on her.
Yeah. And now for Alpha Gaming, I think they're gonna run out of smokes pretty soon.
Yeah.
And I think they already ran out anyways. So even if they want to fight right now with the Exorcism and the Elder Dragon up, probably they will not be able to do so because they can't find the opening. So actually they don't have the Elder Dragon form just yet for 20 more seconds. And just push up top. They will have a formidable pushing power though, as they have the Exorcism
plus the Diabolic
Edict. Yeah, correct.
Okay, here we go. Jakiro with the Rod of Aethys. Okay. Now Goliath will go for the backside. He'll go for the
It
flank.
backs them. If they
Calls
get
out
the
the
Sand
ghost.
King and the Bane, you see a possible, and they
Here
will
we
get
go,
it.
hook shot, invest, nice burst with the Dragon Slave. Godlike for
Oh,
Mr.
the
Frost
Laguna
with the
Blade and the-
fireballs, just like Vegeta. This is fresh 10-second BKB for the Lina. Use the Yules for Mr. Paramount, but still, that Exo Girl will fall down, and now Wind Ranger.
If he gets the angle, I think they know
They
where
know,
they
they
are.
know, they know.
But they will not
Chase,
They,
yeah.
they will not chase. They don't even care. They just want to get the tower pushes this time, or maybe the Roshan for themselves. They will check it right now. HGAL will try to push away the other lanes, but that is already a lost fight for Alpha Gaming.
Oh man.
And what did I mention earlier? If they do get the Bane or the Sand King, it's gonna be an outright victory for themselves.
Yep.
They got the Bane as easy as possible, and they went for the DK.
I mean,
You know, as soon as they get their hands on him.
you mean the Sand King?
The Sand King, the Bane.
Yeah,
yes.
the Sand King,
No,
the
the
Bane.
Dragon Knight was the second
second kill, yeah.
for Goliath.
Yeah.
As that was another godly shackle shot coming out from
For
the Wind
Wind
Ranger.
Ranger, yeah.
And there was
Oh man, she's
oh,
been
she
practicing this.
Almost finds the angle for the shackle shot. Unfortunately, she was kind of scared of the Bane.
The tree was not there.
Yeah. And you might have shackled into something like the
creeps,
stage creep maybe.
Oh,
Oh, what
man,
another
speaking of the shackle.
Yeah. They might lose the Jakiro this time, so silence up the Indiscus there. The Sand King with the Barrel Strike will be
Okay.
enough.
Okay, they're now overextending. Team Goliath overextending their welcome in the mid lane. So we have ourselves kind of an even ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Alpha Gaming punishes Team Goliath for that overextension in the mid lane.
Death
But
Prophet
man,
will
that-
have the Aeon Disc soon.
Yeah.
That is going to be another big pickoff for Alpha Gaming as well. Allows them to be quite more aggressive.
Yep.
So they will not be easily punished by the members of Goliath. But again, it doesn't matter if you have attacking DK or attacking
That Prophet.
Death Prophet. If your Bane and your Sand King will be caught around with the with the backstabs coming out from Goliath,
Yeah.
that is majority of your team fight down the drain. I mean, as far as damage goes, you can never doubt the exorcism as well as the DK.
Right.
But without the setups, without the stunts,
Without the epicenter,
without
right?
the epicenter, without the Fiend Creep, without the Barrow Strike, the fights are
you
gonna
won't
be
do
always
anything.
in the favor of Goliath.
But meanwhile, Lina
Ho,
is
ho,
here
ho.
stalking everyone. Oh no! Gets bounced out. Oh,
The
nice
Fiend
stun
Grip.
for the Lina, but there's the Finn's grip.
I like the discipline though from Alpha Gaming. That is a godlike streak. So they
Yeah.
pretended like they don't know that the Lina was there for quite a bit.
Surprise, surprise.
If the Lina doesn't have the buyback, this opens up the Roshan, the second Roshan of the game.
And this is-
Exorcism and the DK ultimate committed as well with the double damage rune. This is a Roshan for
And that's a
themselves.
refresher shard, man.
Not yet. That's just the cheese.
Okay, yeah. But still, it's a good item for this Death Prophet.
Surely.
Sand King is setting up for his epicenter in the bottom lane.
And just look at that. The Bane even
Yeah.
positioned himself in the most, the best way possible so that they can knock off the
The hook shot, yeah.
Oh, the shovel shot connects onto
Can
the
he
left.
burst this? No, he can't. There's the Ion Disc. Oh, but here comes those allies
And he
for the
denies
Wind
himself.
Ranger. But H-God with the Bloodstone, of course.
Just denies himself.
Yeah.
That is not the Bloodstone charges down the drain.
But still, that's an Aegis and the cheese,
Aegis and cheese.
for Team Alpha Gaming. So they now have the ball in this game, ladies and gentlemen.
Balls in their court.
Yeah.
Fortunately, the Bloodstone allows this last track to be up pretty soon. The Exorcism will also be up in a few more seconds. This will coincide with the other team fighting tools for Alpha Gaming. So I think that as far as high crowd pushes go, they do have the right to knock on the Heaven's Door this time for
Well,
Goliath.
let's see. The
Assault
Heart of
Taras.
Taras. Actually, Heart of Taras also is
The
queued
next-
up
yeah.
for Dragon Knight.
Assault Karas from the physical damage of the
And the
Life
Heart-
Stealer, the Lina at the latter stages of the game will have also have to rely on
or
her
her damage on her right
physical
click. Yeah.
damage. Correct.
Well, of course, especially if you're not going to burst anyone anymore. with the Laguna.
Yeah.
But the Sand King, I mean Kakarot for Alpha Gaming, really needs to step up. I mean, he needs to position himself where the Life Stealer and maybe the Clockwork can't see and cancel his epicenter. He needs to have that clutch burst strike epi for his team to give out damages, to give out zones, maybe, for his team.
To zone out the other.
Yeah.
Oh.
Speaking of burst strike, here we go. Another initiation to the Jakiro, and this will be the third pick up for the Jakiro. And man, Alpha Gaming are proving they're the better ones.
Let's see if it will be the case. It's going to be pretty even, but unfortunately the macro power for the high ground defense will not be available. Nice hook shot right there. And then we'll go and initiate onto the Bane nicely, but the Laguna Blade will finish him off. The BKB from Zuko allows him to really hit onto the DK, but the DK is quite very tacky this time. Exorcism committed as well.
There we go, there's the use, there's the stun from the Leshrac. Nice cogs coming up the Clockwork. Lina is manning up, buffs that BKB, nice shot, and there you have it guys! Epicenter for the Sand King. Aegis has been popped, nice use from the Death Prophet, takes down that Wind Ranger, and Lina will run away.
Oh, the Barrow Strike will actually miss, but they still have the damage coming out from the Exorcism. Unfortunately, it will run off right now. The DK doesn't have his ultimate as well. The buyback from the Wind Ranger fends them off. But I think as far as for Alpha Gaming, they're really happy with the trade.
Yeah, man. As we've mentioned, one good epicenter will dictate the clash. Nice combo right there for Team Alpha Gaming.
It's all about the counter initiation.
It's all about the counter initiation. Yeah, right.
That's the best thing about the Dragon Knight. It allows you to have that initiating tool with the either a Blink Dagger or Silver Edge.
Yeah.
This time Dragon Knight chose the Silver Edge. He tags up the front line, pops the BKB, and he's a fairly strong target to go into. If you do commit on him, the Barrow Strike, the Sand King, will be there for the counter initiation. Time and time again, a lot of the counter initiation from the Alpha Gaming came from the Sand King.
Yeah.
And because of the Sand King counter initiations, they were able to win the fights. And you saw how potent that ingredient is for Alpha Gaming.
You're
now,
right.
Goliath.
The main ingredient.
Here is a great idea from Goliath. They know that the Elder Dragon form or the Exorcism will not be up pretty soon.
Also the
so
epi.
that they will go for this one. They have a half-minute window to go for the Death Prophet without the Exorcism.
Yep.
Problem is, can they get to them quickly enough?
Well, Lina now has that Daedalus, I mean. So she can burst down maybe the Leshrac or the Death Prophet. I mean, if I'm Goliath, I will still take that fight. That was an Aegis for Alpha Gaming. So it's okay without Alpha Gaming pushing up the tier 3 tower. It provides room for the Wind Ranger to buy up an item, a primary item, because she already bought back. So what's the use of saving up more money for the meantime?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's a stalemate, ladies and gentlemen, for Team Goliath and Alpha Gaming here. The Mogul Mayhem semifinals. This is just game number 1 for this series, and now Team Alpha Gaming are the ones who want to dictate the next team fight.
Here comes the Infest. The hook shot will miss. Actually spotted the
Here we
Dragon
go.
Knight this
Blue
time.
Ice White Dragon plus the stun. Oh man, the Life Stealer is inside. Oh no, what a casualty. No shackle shot whatsoever, but there comes Alina. You're going to be the next target for this dragon. Double kill, super zone, zoning everyone. And there you have it, 2 heroes falling down for Team Goliath.
Exorcism committed. They want to get more. This is a 5 versus 3 situation. The Barrow Strike hitting on the Jakiro. But there's no follow-up just yet. They just want to focus on the towers. They have 2 siege creeps to aid them in their cause. And they do have the Exorcism as well. So taking out the tier 3 tower as quickly as that. And with the double edict, the barracks is gonna fall. And this is really bad for Goliath Gaming.
Oh man, 50 seconds for the death timer of the Lina. What can they do? They have no damage. That was really unfortunate for the Clockwork. Meanwhile, there's going to be an initiation of the Yokes, but again, the damage of the blue eyes white dragon is indeed present.
And the Splinter connects onto
the
Mr. L.
Shiva.
Mr. L will be down for the count. No buyback as well for himself. Down for a minute. And now Alpha Gaming will just take on the backs. It's gonna be pretty over pretty soon. As the members of Alpha Gaming will just clean up house. And they will be disciplined this time. No more of those overextending shenanigans. They know that the Lina will be up in 13 seconds. They don't know for sure if there's a buyback on the life steer. So they will just transition into taking down the shrine.
Oh man, again. That was very unlucky for the Clockwork. Man. He tried to get a pick up using the hook shot. Again, speaking of the hook shot, they need to kill this, but man, that's a BKB.
And
how?
Clockwork will fall.
Yes, and oh man, bad news for Team Goliath right now. Mega kill on Super Zone.
Okay, so he did try. He said it was unlucky, but you know, I think it was more about Alpha Gaming playing it well.
Yeah,
they got lucky for sure because the hook shot missed. But because of the ward that was placed by Mad right there, I think it was one of the better observer wards. Just you put, you know, those kind of wards that you just put to win a fight.
yeah.
It only was alive for one fight, but it was enough. We put it down to the ground, was able to spot out where the Clockwork is exactly, and because of the cogs that was also put down by the Clockwork himself, the life stealer didn't have any room to get away from, and because of that, it was a definitive victory by Alpha Gaming.
And
Might
nice.
even get more.
Yeah.
So he spotted the Jakiro. He
There
will
you
go for this one.
A dragon versus a dragon. Nice fake back for Super Zone. Okay, now we can now see
From bad to worse.
from bad to worse how the dragon is affecting everyone right now.
So here's the thing. Alpha Gaming kind of learned the lesson of what they did earlier. Not to overextend after getting objectives, after getting advantages. Now they will just use this 2 siege creep setup on the bottom lane to push out the tier 2. And I don't think that Goliath will have a great contention of this one. They
Look at this. Kakarot.
yeah, just making sure that there are no high ground wards, no tanker wards out there to spot them out.
He wants that setup again. He knows that they need that epicenter.
Yeah.
And now Team Goliath is just securing their tier 3 tower. What can they do? There's a buyback for this Jakiro.
And they will immediately back away for a little bit because you know, there could be a backstab, but they were able to spot them out perfectly well. The Clockwork will fall down for sure.
Mega
and
kill
the Sand
for
King will be there.
Mr. H. God,
Oh, what a field creep onto the Wind Ranger with the BKB. He is down for the count as well. The life steer being kited around the Barrow Strike will be there, and the double kill for Super Zone. And I think it's over. They
Good
call
game.
it. They're gonna call it.
Good game, well played, Team Super Zone. Getting the better hand for the first game of our first series, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man, what a game. Alpha Gaming and Super Zone and company.
Oh.
One mistake coming out from Goliath.
It went longer. There was a time where Goliath really, for Alpha Gaming really got the upper hand, but unfortunately they overextended for a little bit.
Yep.
But when they found the opening, when they found the Roshan, when they punished the counter overextension from the side of Goliath, they were able to win it from then on. And they there's just you know, as far as Alpha Gaming is concerned, they only needed their ultimates to be up and then fight around it.
Yeah.
And when they found that recipe, you know,
They found their rhythm.
They found
their rhythm. And oh man, as we can see, Leshrac and Sand King wins games.
yeah, they do.
They do. So please do ban Sand King and Leshrac.
One or the other, maybe.